January 10th, 2018. Limitless here with a quick update. You are going to want to mark this date down on every calendar worldwide. Tonight at 8 p.m. Central, over on Beyond Flat Earth, TEAMYAHAWASHI brings out This is the Death of the Petroleum Hoax. Urgent message to all TEAMYAHAWASHI. Please screen record tonight's live hangout, re-upload this video, and spread this message. This is a free energy message. It is urgent, has to be spread worldwide. We're calling upon all of you. Please screen record, re-upload, and spread this message. This is our way to take down the wicked and the evil corruption. You want to see an end to the power grid? You want to get off the petrodollar? Join us. Join the Truth About Everything, Enslaved by Media, and the Limitless channel. And together, TEAMYAHAWASHI, we are limitless.
Okay, so this is going to be the first first experiment with HHO, just seeing if I can get bubbles to start coming out. Okay, so I got this little DeWalt battery here that I'm going to hook up, and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see automatically there, it gets some good bubble action. So yeah, this thing's producing even with small amperage. Little 18-volt DeWalt battery. I mean, this is a little HHO generator as well. It's small. And there you go. It's the bubbles, right? And those are gaseous bubbles. I'm gonna try to collect a couple and see if they'll pop. Okay guys, I got this little soapy water here. I'm gonna collect a few bubbles. And then take this over here and light it. I got ear protection on, so let's just see if this Whoa, that was loud, huh? That's some pretty powerful gas. I have ear protection on, and that still rang through. My ears are still ringing with the headphones on. So, there you go, guys. Successful first test.
And we are live, and I am here with the host, with the most. They call him the Truth About Everything.
Hey, Ronnie.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing so good.
Oh, today is one of the greatest days I've ever breathed air on this earth, in this realm. It's been an excellent day. Nice to see everyone in the chat. Just pulling that back up. How you been?
Good. I just want to let people know, thank you for sticking around. We tried to give David from Enslaved by Media a little bit more time. Hopefully he is able to get free and join us. We're going to be talking about a video that he produced, and he is more the expert in this area, and so badly would love to have him on and talk about this. Get his input on it. But I mean, we are here to talk about free energy tonight. Not 100% free, but I think anybody will be willing to, you know, come up with just a little bit of water. And that's all we're going to need is just a little bit of water.
Yeah, it's incredible, right? The things that are going to be taking place, the fact that we can now use water to fuel everything that we have. It's great. This is the most exciting thing I think I've ever been a part of.
I agree. I agree. It was just, I think, what, 2 days ago when David put out his video where he set up an experiment, and we'll have to go through this video and take a real close look at it. If he shows up, he can tell us about why he chose what he did and all that kind of stuff. But we have actual proof that it's extremely simple to separate hydrogen and oxygen from water. And it's been called Brown's gas, or HHO. And it is the fastest and hottest burning gas on Earth.
Yeah, and its byproduct is oxygen and clouds. So
Water.
water. And when you separate it, you get double the hydrogen than you do the oxygen. So it double folds your producing of gas that you need to burn to power anything.
And the amazing thing is that it's been here. It's been here for a while, and there's actually plenty of information about it, but it's never been assembled in a way where people go ahead and actually make it and use it. But we are, where we actually have it up and running and ready to go out the door. Like, there's going to be plans. This is going to be open source, right? So everything that we do, we are going to take that and share that with everybody. So whatever we are building, you will have the current plans for. And anybody that has the skill set to be able to cut something, fasten something together, things like that, should be able to build one of these themselves. But is there anything else that you wanted to mention? Otherwise, I'd like to get into what how this all ties together.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I've got David's video here. I don't know if we wanted to go through it.
Yeah, let's go through it. This is the foundation right here. This is what woke me up and got me paying attention. So a little bit of background, everybody. Ronnie and I were event skeptic and awake souls, and we're not doing flat Earth anymore. We've done it. Earth is flat, and the popular flat Earth model doesn't work. We have the working map and model, so we're moving on, and these are our new channels: The Truth About Everything and the Limitless channel. And we're live on Awake Souls right now. We tried Beyond Flat Earth and nobody showed up. So I guess the alerts are not going out for Beyond Flat Earth. So we went live on Awake Souls because right away we had like 20 people jump in. And that's what we want. This is really important information that we're going through tonight. In fact, the type of information that is going to change the world that we live in immediately. Like, henceforth, since the time that you hear this, you will be a changed person. And the fossil fuel industry, that's over.
The dino bones.
The dino bones. So, like, the truth about everything up here, okay? Fossil fuels is a hoax. Most people that have studied flat Earth have come across the knowledge that dinosaurs don't exist. And so our cars are not running off of dinosaurs. All right, so that's a hoax. Now, in the title here, we have the end of the petroleum hoax. And, people are going to want to argue, petroleum's not a hoax. I can burn it. But think for a second. It's not decomposed dinosaurs. That's a hoax. So it's a black goo, right?
Yes, it is the death of the black goo, the pitch, the yaw, the pitch, the tar, the draining Mother Earth of its blood. However you want to take it. We don't need to take the oil out of the ground. All you need is water in a hose, in a tap, in a lake, in an ocean. Dig in the ground, drill a well, collect rainwater, and
Yeah,
basically what you can do is then power anything you want with the proper boosts. And well, why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Jay?
sure. Let's see. I want to do a little bit of a setup. What Ronnie and I are doing right now with Beyond Flat Earth. Beyond Flat Earth is when the two of us hang out. That is Beyond Flat Earth. We're going to be building a community, a real life community, one way or the other. I have to sell the place that I live at right now, and I got to do it this spring, and I have to go somewhere. So the choices that I'm going to make and Ronnie's wants to be a part of is building a community where we, we want to live off the grid as much as possible, away from this system of things, the B system. And a part of that is energy. If you're not going to be close to the grid, what are you going to do for your electricity? And so we've always been thinking about this from the standpoint of how we're going to produce our own electricity. And we've had a bunch of, I think, awesome ideas that would work for us. But just a couple days ago, David put out this video, and the way this whole thing happened, this is a TEAMYAHAWASHI event where you've been following somebody on YouTube, Theobald Jamzen.
Yep, Kevin McCormick is his name. He also goes by Theobald Jamzen, and this is not anonymous. And this is not anonymous too. And basically, so if we get into that old story, back in 2015, I released a flat earth, free energy, free water video. He had what's called the Garvey Energy Project, where it used HHO and multiple frequencies to boost the signal, to work as a power grid, to power a generator, to then become a program where you could go school to school, community to community, and teach people basically how to live off the grid, how to set up these type of communities where basically the fuel was going to be water. And that's where, you kind of jumped onto the idea as well. We talked about it, and we've been thinking about all the different types of energy. And then it really sprung. David was doing all these great experiments, Enslaved by Media. He's unbelievable, this guy. We'll get into his video in a little bit, but he sends a picture, and it's an HHO bubbler. He's got it all set up with the generator, and I'm like, wow, look at that. And the next thing you know, there's like an inbox. Oh, check the message. David says, yep, first test, here we go. Next message, boom, it works. He's got the video uploaded, and it speaks for itself, right? Basically, he's able to generate HHO, and it's an amazing thing. So now that we have that, where do we move forward from now, Jason? What is your plans here?
Well, as soon as in that video I heard the pop, and he made it clear that he had hearing protection on, and that this was still the type of bang that left his ears ringing. There was a lot of pop there, and let's go ahead and bring up the video. It's just some bubbles that are being held together by dish soap that are collected on the top of this cup. And and it produces a pop like this. And right away, I was like, bang, with that type of power, we can turn an engine.
Here we go. I'll play it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be the first first experiment with HHO, just seeing if I can get bubbles to start coming out. Okay, so I got this little DeWalt battery here that I'm going to hook up, and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see automatically there, get some good bubble action. So yeah, this thing's producing, even with small amperage, little 18 volt DeWalt battery. I mean, this is a little HHO generator as well, it's small. And there you go, there's the bubbles, right? And those are gaseous bubbles. I'm gonna try to collect a couple and see if they'll pop. Okay guys, I got this little soapy water here. I'm gonna collect a few bubbles and then take this over here and light it. I got ear protection on, so we'll just see if this whoa, that was loud.
So everyone could hear that, right? Maybe if I take it back. So that was just a couple of bubbles, right? On a couple of bubbles on a small generator, right? You can obviously get a larger generator than this.
That was loud.
Yeah, it's overwhelming how those bubbles right there from that little generator can have a bang like that. And so we're gonna have to go and cover this HHO. I mean, do your research on it. I've just gotten started into it since Dave put this video out, and now, you know, it's all I think about is this HHO gas or Brown's gas, or now what we're going to call Yahawashi energy, because it's got properties to it that are absolutely, completely unexpected, totally unexpected. Like, we are getting super boosted powers
Yes.
right now through hydrogen.
This is going to be one of the most incredible inventions of this era. We are getting what Jason would coin a level up here. We're moving up. We're using water as fuel. And guess what, to all you climate change, global warming pushers, liberals, and those who believe that the earth is rapidly heating up, the byproduct of Yahawashi engines are going to be water and oxygen. That's what it's going to expel. That's what the earth needs.
Clean, and quiet,
spotless, quiet,
and super long lasting, and really limitless in the applications that it can be used for. And you're going to be able to disconnect from the grid. You'll be able to produce your own electric. You'll be able to power your own vehicles, your own tools, all of this with this energy. And all we have to do is make just a simple connection here, people. So I'm going to do a screen share and show people what this hydrogen gas, or HHO, or Brown's gas, or your Yahawashi energy can do. So I'm going to share this. All right, can you see this?
Yes, it's great.
All right, cool. I don't know that we need too much of the audio, but I want to point out to people that this guy right here,
You can play
this
it.
is an, okay. Let me go back here a little. All right, yeah, this is all good.
Yeah, you're good to go, boss.
Should be going.
That's a negative.
There's no audio to this part. Is it playing?
Hi, this is Pete again. May 31st, we're going to demonstrate running a 5-horsepower motor off of hydrogen gas. We are using our welding machine over here. Right now, we are running the red knob on it. We are running no acetone in here this time. We have distilled water taking the space of the chamber. And on this side, we have distilled water and sodium hydroxide. This machine is going to give the gas to the balloon, and we're going to run the machine to power the balloon up with gas, and then we're going to run the motor off the gas. So now we're going to fill the balloon. We are running our flashback arrestor. We have a brake line here taped on the end of our flashback. We also have a shutoff valve that we can turn it on and off. So now I'm going to turn it on. We still have the same stuff, bronze wool, and we have rice on this end right here. So now we're going to pump up the balloon. As you can see, we're filling the balloon up right now. We also will be demonstrating running the machine, the engine off of the Kool-Aid mix, the 15 pipe that you can see on the table over there. We're going to fill that up with gas too, through this hose. Taking it out, and we're going to run the machine. We have tape on one side of the inlet on the carb entrance. There's no gas in the carb. Go ahead, pull it. With nothing in it. As you can see, we have the gas tank sitting over there. Pull it again. Okay. Now we're going to turn the gas on. Go ahead. Pull.
Go back, fire timing might be off. Still going.
Hold again. We pull the tape off.
Still
full open.
Still going.
Go. the bloom. Almost out. And we're out. Gone.
That was a long time.
We're ringing the bell. We can power vehicles with water. Hope everybody witnessed that.
So I am confident. Let's see, how many people do we have watching right now? Do you have any idea?
914,071. Oh, that's the other video. Probably 20 or 30 people.
I am so hoping that amongst this group of people that are paying attention right now, that there are some people that have construction abilities. They know how to build stuff. Because having seen David's video where he had that little HHO generator running off of an old 18-volt DeWalt battery. So the question was in the chat, what is the cost to extract with this method? In David's video, he used 18-volt DeWalt battery and this little HHO generator. So I think the generator, I was looking at them online, and I was seeing them from the $30 to the $75 range. And what I'm starting to see is it sort of had to do with how many fins they have on it. There's a little controller that adjusts the frequency and the amperage to the plate. So you can adjust how much gas it's making. You know, you can have it wide open and it's just crazy, producing hydrogen like nuts. Turn it down, just a little bit of hydrogen. So knowing that the power to charge the battery can be produced by the engine that we make, other than the first time that you fill up one of these engines, there's really no cost to operating it.
Except for some oil, some clutch fluid, you know, regular things. But the actual cost of the moving and going of today's world is heavily dependent on fuel, on the petroleum type gas. And this is what makes the prices of our food higher, our clothing, all domestic products, and all products basically are the derivative, or I want to use the right word. I'm not super smart, but the world is driven by how much it costs for the fuel to ship things around. So what we're really introducing here destroys worldwide power, energy. Basically, all you'll need to do is have a hose and one of these machines, and we're hoping to get how many dwellings do you think we're going to be able to power off of our first test machine?
So one of the things that I want to do right now is go through concepts tonight. Things that within the couple of days here that I've been thinking about this, there were other things that I've been thinking about as far as technological improvements, but now with knowing that we can have like an internal combustion engine powered by this Yahawashi energy, the HHO/Brown's gas, and that we can generate that super easy. Now there's whole new things at play. And so I've been modeling and crafting in my head as quick as I can. And we do have our ability to produce electricity now. We just have to build it. So I just want to walk people through how we put this together in actual practice, begin building them, some of you out there that hear this might actually have one of these built before I do.
Well, we're not, see, that's the thing, we're not really selling this, but we are willing to travel the world wide and actually get communities. We were talking, Jason and I were thinking of going to the most poor, impoverished places without power. I don't know how deep you want to get into that location talk, but we're not, this is going to be Yahawashi energy. It's going to be, basically almost free to the world. We're not selling it. We want anyone. We're going to publish the build, the blueprints, right, Jay?
Yeah, that will be shared. Whatever we are building, those plans will be available to everyone, and everybody that has the ability to build something ought to build it themselves.
Sure.
It should be like learning how to make a campfire. You should learn how to build your own, Yahawashi energy creator from infancy. This is something that fathers should be teaching their kids, but not everybody right now is going to have the construction skills and all that to assemble their own. And so we will make them, and they will be up for sale.
And education is another huge part of what we're embarking on. We want to basically set up areas where communities can come together, get off the grid, get off the power, and we will definitely be heavily scriptural based. We are both devout Christians, and we feel that this free energy and every word that we're speaking right now is from our Heavenly Father. What we are discussing tonight is literally the takedown of your electric bill, whether you call it that, or hydro bill. These are gone. You don't pay those bills. The cost of living is going to go so low. It's going to be like the greatest renaissance or upgrade. And just a quick sneak peek to a little bit of a Christian parallel with what we're talking about here. In the infancy gospel of Yahawashi, who most people call Jesus, we are restoring these scriptures on Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. We are going through the book of Thomas right now, and we are restoring the extra canonical scriptures. So Yahawashi basically was bathed in water, and the water that touched him, people were then going around healing others with this water. And there was another similarity when you have to be born of the water and of the spirit. And basically we have an abundance of water. So to have this level up through water, we truly feel that this is exactly what the creators wants, because he gave us an abundance of it. I can't wait to be able to share this technology with everybody worldwide.
I know. So I want to get people's heads working on what it is that we actually have to construct here, and at the same time get a little bit of a warning going, because we're working with hydrogen, which is the fastest and hottest burning gas on Earth. Something that I've learned along the way is tungsten is a metal that it takes extreme heat in order to like heat it up to melt it or whatever. And it is this hydrogen torch. You can have a torch that's blowing that hydrogen gas out. They can get to that temperature. So we have the gas and it actually varies the temperature of its flame based on the substance that you're torching. So it's considered actually a cool flame, and the whole properties of how it heats things is completely different to anything we've been taught about anything else. BTUs is not the way to measure the heat from a hydrogen torch. So there's a bunch of crazy super powered things in play with this that is being revealed now. And people have known about hydrogen, but they haven't put it all together, and we don't have the engines producing electricity from hydrogen, at least us, the common people right now.
And so that alone, you know, there's another hidden property to hydrogen. Excuse me. I'd like to, ladies and gentlemen, there is this concept that Jason and I have been talking about today about having pure water. So having electrolysis type of process with a certain frequency, not like colloidal silver or any of that stuff, just water, making pure hydrogen water. And we were tossing it around that if hydrogen is what we think it is, we might be able to drink this. This could be like a huge breakthrough in medical technology. I'm going to think that pure hydrogen, this water that we could make might also be a cure for a lot of things as well.
Yeah, well, and we even see how it could be connected to scripture, because Yahawashi often talk about being the living waters and drink of this water and you'll never grow thirsty again. And some interesting connections there, that pure hydrogen infused water might be a super boost for us that just blow the door off of everything else we've ever even considered. So there's massive research to be done in hydrogen. Like, oh, that brings up another topic. You know, with the truth about everything, we talk about dinosaurs are a hoax. We know that nukes are a hoax. Nuclear energy is a hoax. And I think we now have why they named it the hydrogen bomb. Right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make the biggest bomb, what wouldn't you use the fastest burning, most energy gas out of all of them?
Yes.
So pure hydrogen, right?
Yeah, it's 100% efficient, right? 200%. Is it 200% efficient?
It's just the hottest, fastest burning gas there is. It's just got that going for it. So
yeah, well, and all these other things that we're learning about, the demonstration that you showed was great with the vehicle, the lawnmower running, and I think that's going to be one of the first. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd like to show another one, because we're mentioning how, you know, hydrogen bomb, fastest burning, hottest. And so we got to talk about safety. You know, why is it that we're not using hydrogen? And that surely is going to be what the beast system, the petrodollar system, is going to try and scare people away with, is this isn't safe. And I just want to let everybody know right now that the pop that you heard in David's video with the bubbles that he had there is by far and large the loudest pop or explosion that you could possibly have in one of the systems that we're going to be building, because we're not going to be storing hydrogen.
No, it's a make on demand. It's the right frequency with the right bubbler system to produce on demand the amount of HHO, Brown's gas, that we need to combust to create the power to drive our alternators, right?
And there's some really simple safety tech that we're going to have in place that's going to assure that nothing's going to blow up. The only thing that could happen is your engine could slow down. But because it's going to be a supplied on-demand system, as soon as the supply is cut, it just runs itself out of fuel and it's done. So,
You know,
so that we are going to do this safely, but I just want for people that are going to be experimenting, show people what to be looking for. So what were you gonna say, Ronnie?
I was just, yeah, no, that was it.
Okay.
Continue. Yeah, you read my mind there.
All right. So this guy, I watched this video, and compared to the other one that we just watched, I'm seeing a bunch of failures. So they're showing failures, and then they do get it to work, but this would be good for people to watch to see where the failures can be.
There's always that bubbler coming, right?
Yeah, all you need is a flashback arrestor. I've seen them for like $3.
I like this pole. The pole invention there with the roller is nice.
Yeah, that gives them the distance to be away from it. So you can see, people, this was well thought out here. As far
And they didn't have. Hey.
thumbs up.
Wait a minute.
Oh, oh, not on that pole.
Oh.
Never use glass, people. Do not use glass.
No.
Thin, easily destructible plastic. David did his off of an 18-volt DeWalt. This one's super powered.
Good for something. Don't drink that stuff, people. Paint pail. Flame arrestor.
See, this is not the way to do a flame arrestor. It's not. So, what did you take away from that, Ronnie?
I took away from it, do not use glass, and never give up. This is something that's completely feasible, and the engine that we saw there hooked up to a few different things to boost the voltage to what Jason's talking about, we're going to work with maybe a bit of DC, could power, a home, and it's running on water.
All right, so I just want to help people through the connections if they have not made them yet. To make electricity, we need to spin an alternator. Okay, so just like you have on your car, it's got a shaft on it. It needs rotational spin. So to get rotational spin, we need to have a motor. In the motor, we need the explosion, the power to get that rotational energy. So what we have right here is through the electrolysis of water, it's going to separate into 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, and they can be separated. So you have pure hydrogen and oxygen, and it behaves completely differently now than in any other way. These are like new properties, just like we know that water at 212 Fahrenheit turns to steam, and below 32, these are properties of water. And what we're talking about right now are the properties of Yahawashi energy, or Brown's gas, or HHO. And so we have that gas, and we have from the guy that had the balloon, where he just filled up the little balloon and just blew it into, is that the carburetor area on the engine, Ronnie?
That's correct.
Yeah. He was just gently wafting that gas into the carburetor area, and it was running, even though none of the timing, any of that was set correctly, and it wasn't being metered, as far as the flow rate of the gas and being directed just right. The engine was running.
Yeah.
So now we have our rotational energy. Now we can spin an alternator, and the alternator produces electricity. And lots of electricity. So our electrical grid that we have right now, everything, your TV, your lights, all this, the power company has these huge alternators, and they use steam turbines, okay, to spin the alternators. That is what produces our electricity. But we can do it ourselves. By having our alternators, all we do is figure out what size alternator we need in order to produce the amount of electricity that we want. Once we know that, we find out what RPM that alternator needs to be turned and how much torque it needs in order to spin that shaft. Once we know that, we know what size engine we're going to need. And we can base this off of things that we know from the engine blocks that we have already. We can use, V cylinders, straight cylinders, rotary cylinders. And we are not limited in how many cylinders we can use, because the fuel that we're using is water. So we don't have a real cost associated with this, because it's not even like steam where we're going to have to continually pour water into it, because once the explosion happens, what happens, the byproduct is we're going to have condensate, which is water. So we collect our exhaust in a reservoir, and we pump it back to our intake reservoir, and we have a closed system there that we'll have to find out, but chances are we're probably not going to have even water loss. So just a little bit of water in this system will be continually looping around. So we have the water, we have our battery that produces. Hello?
Oh, sorry. Still me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do we have?
Thought it was David.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right. Let's pull something. Let's put David's video back up here while I'm talking. I want everybody to see this. Enslaved by Media. He's got almost 1,300 subs. And 2 days ago, HHO gas, first time. It is very powerful energy. Wow. Okay, it's only got 265 views, people. This is the information that can change the world. It's going to change the world around you. Because I can guarantee you that as soon as Ronnie and I build an engine that runs off of water and produces electricity, and that we don't need to buy any from the power company, other people are going to want this too. All right, because this is just one of the many applications. We can retrofit these to all of our existing engines, right? Be it a carbureted engine or a fuel injected engine, we will be able to retrofit these units to our existing, and this is not some sort of fuel efficiency booster. This is the entire fuel source. So the electricity wise, when we use this gas in an engine and we have the displacement all figured out so that we end up with the RPM that we need and the torque that we need to drive the alternator that we needed to produce the amount of electricity that we needed. So if you imagine this like in a vehicle application, what we can do is we can have electric motors at the wheels. All 4 wheels can have electric motors at them, which can be used for actually driving and braking. These electric motors. DC motors, it's crazy what can be done. So we figure out what voltage that we need, what amperage that we need. We calculate the size alternator that we need. Then we figure out the displacement of the engine at the RPM. And then we have the HHO generator sized to be able to create enough gas for that all to work. Now our throttle control is simply going to be taking the engine up to a certain RPM with the amount of fuel that we're producing. And there is no storage tank involved. It's just eating the gas that's being produced. If you want to slow the engine down, you slow down the amount of gas that you're producing. But one of the things that I want to throw out there right away is if, like in the application of doing this for generating electric energy to like drive to the wheels of a car, the engine itself should be designed to run at a constant RPM period. It just runs at the RPM. When you start it, it goes to that RPM. That's it. It doesn't need throttle up, throttle down. It just goes at that RPM. The alternator spins at that RPM and it produces the current that's necessary. And that way we can keep the RPMs down on this engine so that it doesn't matter how much fuel we burn, right? But for a lot of these applications like this, it'd be nice to keep it small, light, quiet, and all these types of factors. But just imagine what we could do with this technology, like on a bulldozer type level. If there's anything you want to say, I wanted to relay that story I was telling you about the bulldozer I drove.
Yeah, no, let us talk about it for sure. It was great.
All right, I just stopped the screen share here. Where did that go?
We can do it.
Thanks.
Yeah, the bulldozer thing was great.
Yeah, that is just a story from when I was younger. I got the opportunity to drive a D9 bulldozer, which is one of the big daddies. And I was young. I was like 18 years old. And we're going to be doing some maintenance on it, but I got to drive it from where it was to the shop where we're going to be doing work on it. And so I got to learn how to run the thing. And the guy showed me that it had a big block V8 gasoline engine on it that you had to start this big block V8, get that running. And then when that was revved up, there was a lever to engage a clutch where that engine now started turning over the big diesel engine that the bulldozer had. So it was just a starter engine. Once you got that big diesel engine running, then you shut off the gas engine and it wasn't used for anything else. With the bulldozer, that engine just ran at its speed. You just set the speed on it and it stayed at that speed. And then what you had, this is before they had all the pilot controls and stuff like that. There was 2 foot pedals on the floor and there were clutches. And so you stepped on them in order to engage clutches. And when you weren't stepping on them, you were driving, just constantly driving. So if you wanted to turn like to the left, you would step on the left clutch and that would slip that side, but the engine's always running at a constant speed. And I feel that that's probably one of the things that we may end up employing in this is just sizing the engine and getting to run at whatever speed, whatever torque we need it at, because we don't care how long this thing runs. It really can run forever. It's just running on water in a closed loop system.
As long as we can maintenance it and keep it running continuously at a lower RPM, 700 to 1500. We don't know. We still have a lot. The concept is what's going on, but we definitely know that we can confidently say, within a year, we're going to have a working HHO generator. There's no way around it. Me and Jason are already so close, and it's not always as easy to explain to people, but we had a comment from something Harry Flesher or Harry Felser. He said, doesn't hydrogen have the lowest density of any liquid present on this plane? Divide the water for cooling and hydrogen for fuel just from plain water. So yes, what it is you electrocute the water and it creates 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. You filter off the oxygen, or like Jason was thinking of dividing the water and looping it back around, so it's a closed system that you rarely have to even add water, because the end result, the exhaust itself, is water. So basically then you just pipe the 2 parts hydrogen on demand with a regulator that, as you accelerate, the amount of HHO production goes up, the pressure, it's basically already all done for us. The vacuum system's the way that engines work now. This is huge. What we are saying is you can make hydrogen from water. It's very, very cheap. It's very, very easy. And you can burn that, and you can put the 2 together and create a generator that powers more than your house. It could power your whole street. We don't even know yet. The opportunities we're talking about here with TEAMYAHAWASHI energy is limitless. Okay. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get the stencil and put that TEAMYAHAWASHI energy on the side of this generator. And I can't wait to teach, everyone, the youth, people in Zimbabwe that don't have energy, or in Puerto Rico, or anywhere that's been devastated, the orphans, the widowed, this is where this energy is going to go, to the farmers, to the people that don't have any electricity right now. This isn't just about Jason and I making bulldozers and Kubotas and another type of machinery for us to move dirt around with. This is about freeing the world of the petroleum hoax, the fact that they've been making you burn what they told you was dinosaur fossils, when really all along they were just sucking the oil out of the ground and making you burn it, when they've known how to make hydrogen work for well over 100 years. So you've all been duped, we've all been duped, and it's time we destroy it. We take back the freedom.
Well, what it is it's a technology that we should have had right after electricity was introduced to the world. Right?
Yeah.
So as soon as electricity was introduced to the world, somebody that put electric into water, somebody's going to do it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Who's not going to put electric into water?
I would, I remember learning about electrolysis in science class. But like, how come the smarter people of this realm, this place we call Earth, how come people that are smarter that, do this every day in schools and in technology, and why haven't they developed all of our vehicles? They talk about climate change and the climate change accord, and they have all these nations all worldwide meeting and taxing here and taxing there, and meanwhile the rest of the entire realm is burning something that creates what they call pollution. I don't quite agree, because I know that plant life eats carbon, but still, the fact that we can now convert all vehicles and power anything from trains to cities with water, and the byproduct is better for the environment. We're talking a triple boost. This is unbelievable. This is a travesty. If this doesn't take down the worldwide power grid and the evil, wicked people, I don't know what else is gonna, because they've been sitting on this free energy for everyone on Earth. This is incredible, and it's powered by water. And we know, if you've ever gone anywhere on this plane, there is water everywhere, under us, around us. How can we not jump all over this? People, I need to see people, sharing this material, coming up with your own videos talking about free energy systems. Share us the link. We'll share your videos. Hashtag TEAMYAHAWASHI, Yahawashai energy. These are the things that we need to be sharing, because Jason and I are doing this for free. We're putting our lives on the line. We're sitting in Austin, Texas right now, in the land of where the Black Goo home, right? We're in the Black Goo territory. We're putting our lives on the line here, because we're telling you that straight out, the limitless truth, the truth about everything, and that we can power the entire face of this realm with water, and it creates oxygen as a byproduct, people.
And we're doing this in a completely different way than so many people that would be, if you realize that you could make power from water, a lot of people would try to super profit from it. I want this information out to everyone so that we can walk away from the beast system. So we already had the plan of building communities. We just needed, a way to power them. Now we have that. And at the same time, in these communities, what I'd like to do is build these devices so that the people out there that aren't set up, don't want to build it themselves, have a place where they can purchase them. So going forward, if you are interested in becoming part of the development process of this technology, get a hold of me. We are going to need to come up with materials and tools, and we can set up a prototype, but once we have that, then I want to immediately scale up so that we can produce these, so that you have, as people out there that want it, you have access to it immediately if you can't build it yourself.
And not only that, we want to run from the community that we build. We're going to run camps. We're going to do online social media camps for people that are supporting Team Yahawashi. They want to come down, learn how to make videos. We're going to have a separate building, a studio set up for people to come down. You can make your own videos. We'll teach you how to use the mic. We'll teach you how to use all the programming. We're also going to be hoping to get this down to basically you download the blueprints online. You can watch the YouTube videos because we're going to do a how-to step process. And we want other schools and other people around the world, worldwide, we want them to start building their own power machines. And we're going to make it as safe as possible. And like Jason said, we already know there's types of metal like tungsten. But I have a feeling that the creator of this world is backing us. He is with us right now. And, you know, the fact that we're able, I myself worked for an HVAC company. I created 1 and 3 ton, you know, basically air conditioning and furnaces, heaters that went up on tower cranes. And I completely built the process from, you know, bending the sheet metal to the brazing to the putting on the circuit board. So I've actually built units that are probably going to be larger than what we're going to start off with. So I'm really looking forward to the build and the fact that we're going to share this for free. But like, we do want to travel the world wherever there's need, and we want to start setting these places up. And this is, and the community that we're coming out with, that's going to be live streamed. What's the name, Jason? You want to let everybody know what that is all about?
Garden of Eden Restored is so one of the things that I'm going to be doing is laying down all the documentation and the foundation, the plans, the mission statements, the our objectives, the strategic structure, the forecast, all that kind of stuff. And the total umbrella is going to be Garden of Eden Restored. And from that, we're going to be doing a number of things. The community that I want to set up, the initial thought process here is that it's going to be an employee-owned, nonprofit cooperative. So if we have a community, wherever it is, tropical is the plan.
With a tool and die shop, right?
With a tool and die shop, and you want to be a part of the Garden of Eden Restored, then you can come stay with us, and we'll build a house, and we'll eat together, and we'll have lots of fun, and we'll make videos. We'll do the things that Team Yahawashians do.
Yeah,
and we can also make power generators that allow people to be off the grid. It'll allow us to be off the grid. It'll give us the free energy to run all the tools that we're going to be using to build this device. And it'll allow other people, and we're going to be sharing it all.
Yeah.
So we'll have,
you know,
go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
Well, we had a couple comments. Denver Manson said that share the process again, guys, over and over. We will do. Glenn Burnett said, so like all the other free energy inventions, the patents are denied, the inventors are bought or killed, and the plans never see the light of day. So the masses stumble around until the next guy does the same process. I have to agree that this has happened, but the realization that Jason and I have come to, our research has shown that basically the people that come up with these types of ideas are keeping it secretive until they've actually built the process. We're trying to blast this information out as far and as fast and as wide as possible, because as soon as the petrodollar, the black goo men, the people that are making trillions upon trillions of dollars on black oil, they are going to be definitely not happy with what we're talking about. So
And really,
that's why we need people to share this message.
yeah, the key for us was to not sit on it, to launch it out there and get it out for everybody, and to not try to super monetize and profit from this, and to just get this out to as many people as possible, because it's simple information. Now that you've heard it, what are they going to do? Get rid of you too? We can make electricity from water. We can turn an engine, because that gas burns like amazing. We can go to videos of people cutting with these hydrogen torches. Just simple.
Well,
Go
why
ahead.
don't you? We could go through again the process of the bubbler to running the engine. Continue, maybe if you could screen share again and go back through that one more time. I'm sorry to be a little bit dogmatic, but I'd really like to drill this home. I really want everyone to just pay attention. If you're listening in the future, I'm here. Jason's real. We're both on the screen. We are trying to do something that has never been done. And we feel that you people, just like us, are just as important to this mission that as anything else. If we don't have support here, if the word doesn't get out, I'm really going to be upset, because I'm banking everything on this concept, the fact that we are going to have, energy powered by water. Like, get involved, people, please.
I know we have it. I'm just trying to get it to fully working development, so that we're using it as fast as possible. And the only way I know how to do that, or the best way I know how to do that, is to broadcast this message as loud and as far as possible. And as a collective, now that this thought process is out there in the collective, it's not going away. And somebody out there is screen recording this. Somebody out there is understanding this information. Somebody out there is going to repost this, and they are going to get to work probably tonight, ordering their HHO machine and everything else that they come across for doing their own builds right away. And so that's why I said there's a good chance that somebody else is going to be out there making this before us, but really, really, really want this to be a, what's the word? Open source. I want this to be an open source project where everybody's contributing to it. If somebody's off on the side trying to super monetize this for themselves, I've got ideas on how to eliminate that. So as we get to producing these and scale up quantity wise and stuff like that, I want people to understand that they're always going to get the highest quality at the most fair price with what we do, and that anybody else that's trying to get rich off of it, you're going to be getting hurt in either quality, or it's going to cost you a whole bunch more. So let's go back to Dave's video again. This is what sparked my mind, opened it up to the power of this HHO gas. And let's take a look at what he's got going on here again. Of course, we've got the warnings to be safe.
Okay,
everyone.
so this is going to be the first first experiment with HHO, just seeing if I can get bubbles to start coming out. Okay, so I got this little DeWalt battery here that I'm going to hook up, and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see automatically there I get some good bubble action. So yeah, this thing's producing, even with small amperage, little 18-volt DeWalt battery. I mean, this is a little HHO generator as well. It's small. And there you go. It's the bubbles, right? And those are gaseous bubbles. I'm gonna try to collect a couple and see if they'll pop. Okay guys, I got this little soapy water here. I'm gonna collect a few bubbles and then take this over here.
I like the soapy bubble idea.
And light it. I got ear protection on, so we'll just see if this Whoa, that was loud, huh? That's some pretty powerful gas. I have ear protection on.
Okay, I just want to toss out here, talking about odd properties of this hydrogen. I am pretty sure from the research I've done so far that that was a implosion. That hydrogen doesn't explode, because do you see any water on the table? Like, I might see one drop on the table from probably when Dave was carrying it over there. I just dripped. The water didn't explode all over the table, it imploded. And that's a whole new concept to me of implosion, you know. It's it doesn't explode, it implodes. Crazy.
That still rang through my ears, are still ringing with the headphones on. So there you go, guys. Successful first test.
Look at that, it's coming from an older 18-volt DeWalt battery. Awesome experiment rig he has set up too. Love it. The strutted rods are fantastic. All right, everybody, did you see how easy it is to generate hydrogen gas? All right, now, oh, this isn't the video I want. This one. Let's take a look at this guy again. Now he's got a fancy generator there, and I don't know what kind of output that has and how much power that thing takes. All I know is what.
It's just a bubbler. It's just a bubbler. That's basically the same thing that we're going to design. You know. So
well, this is set up as a torch, I guess. If you look at when he goes to fill the balloon, he's got a torch head on it. Mm-hmm. Okay, hydrogen torch. That's like one of my first hydrogen torches I've ever become.
And you can weld copper to iron and nickel to copper, right? And you can braze, and the flame heats up to the surface that it's hitting, right? It's selective. It's incredible, right? The hydrogen properties.
And how much does the fuel cost?
It's water.
Yeah, it's water.
Well, it's water.
Oh boy.
Off the gas. So now we're going to fill the balloon. We are running our flashback arrestor. We have a brake line here taped on the end of our flashback. We also have a shutoff valve that we can turn it on and off. So now I'm going to turn it on.
He's got a homemade flash arrestor. He used like a wool and some rice, I guess. You can also buy these things, I'm seeing. So
yeah, good ones.
Right? That are guaranteed to not flash back.
Yeah.
We still have the same stuff, bronze wool, and we have rice on this end right here. So now we're gonna pump up the balloon. As you can see, we're filling the balloon up right now. We also will be demonstrating running the machine, the engine off of the Kool-Aid mix, the 15 pipe that you can see on the table over there. We're going to fill that up with gas too, through this hose.
It's a lot smaller than your setup in the oxygen tank setup, right? Quite a bit smaller.
Yeah, my setup's
Taking it out, and we're going to run the machine.
It's like 1.5 by 1.5 feet, right? It's incredible. And it does more than just cut, right? It welds,
Right.
glazes, melts glass bend and stuff.
It can produce a fuel that'll run an engine.
Yeah, that's the best part, right?
We have tape on one side of the inlet on the carb entrance. There's no gas in the carb. Go ahead,
Because
pull
as soon
it.
as we have an engine like that
There's nothing in
running,
it.
we have an alternator going, and we have
As you can see, we have the
electricity.
gas tank sitting over there. Pull it again. Okay.
And we can store it in a battery bank, or we can
Now
just
we're going
have
to turn
it
the
in
gas
optimum
on. Go
running,
ahead. Pull.
Closed loop system. Run on water. You hear that, people?
It would be ridiculous to have batteries. Why have all the weight and the environmental factor?
Yeah, just water. He's just got the end in the carburetor, right?
That's all he's doing is, off of a balloon.
Zero pollution, people. It actually makes the environment better when you run these motors.
Yeah, it purifies the water.
Hold it again. Let me pull the tape off and do full open.
This is still going.
Go.
He didn't even shut off the gas.
This is like, hello, global climate change. We have a solution. It's still running.
How's the balloon?
Off a balloon, people.
Almost out.
out.
And we're out. Gone.
Oh, so all you do is shut off the gas and the engine quits, huh?
And that's the end. Yeah, you've turned your free energy machine off. And basically, it just takes 3 starters. If you could turn 3 starters, 3 alternators, you can create enough power to power anything.
Because then you can do phases and all that. Oh.
People, you know, the hydro lines that drape throughout our world, it's time to cut those things down. It's time to move onto water as fuel. This is the way. This is the truth.
Do you understand that we can do, just from that example right there, we now know that we can do a retrofit to pretty much any engine out there.
It's simple. And basically, I've done a little bit of drag racing, so I know that with different type of fuel injection systems, you can have different size, you know, carbureted, aspirated. You could have jets. They basically have stuff that burns nitro fuel. We have so many fittings and hoses. This is simple. This is free energy off water, people. Remember, your cars, your trains, your buses, your planes, your lawnmowers, your chainsaws are going to run off of water.
Yeah, well, it's faster burning. It can run hotter. It's clean. Countless things that you can do with it. You can use it to heat things just with a flame from it. So you can boil right away. Here's an easy way that you can boil things. Once you boil them, and you have steam. As soon as water goes from its water state to steam, it expands 1,700%. 1,700% water expands. So just to tip water over that 212 point where it boils and creates steam, all of a sudden you have this super energy boost. So we can use this as a flame source to create steam. The locomotives were steam, and they were more powerful than the diesel ones we had, but they were having to carry water with them, where here we can use the gas from the electrolysis in a closed loop system. This is the technology that has been hidden from us for like 100 years. We should have had this a long time ago, and the world would be, just imagine if you could have your place out in the country, have your own power, your vehicle, all that is powered. You don't need gasoline. You could have your own farm equipment, stuff like that, produce your own food, and be living a modern lifestyle without the need of the satanic beast system whatsoever.
Yeah, we don't need the power lines. We don't need our hydro bills. We don't need anything. No electric at all. This is a no-brainer to me.
It is a no-brainer. It's a slam dunk. And so what we've been talking about is how our schedule and our new channels, what we're doing is Wednesday nights, I'm covering simulation realization, community building, free energy. And Sundays you're doing the scriptures, the third dispensation, and the
keys to the kingdom.
Yeah,
the keys to the kingdom. And so that's at 2 p.m. on Sunday. We do that over on Beyond Flat Earth channel. Maybe we'll do it here. We don't know. We have to look at the metrics and see. But the homework this week was listening to 1 through 3 of the Gospel of Thomas over on Apocryphal 1970s YouTube channel. We're going to break down the parabolic language, the mystery, and basically proclaiming the truth that we've got the restored Holy Scriptures. And we're also bringing out this free energy with this HHO Yahawashai power, right? This has been the greatest day ever.
We're going to be building it because we need it. It's an integral part to the community thing that we're doing, and because we're YouTubers, we're going to be making videos about it, and we're going to be live streaming about it, and letting the world know that the petrol hoax is now over.
It's dead. If you're still using water after we're done building this
oil
machine, if you're still using gas and burning petroleum, you're basically, I can't even come up with a word, because why would you not run it on water? There's people that won't eat meat because they care about the animals, but if you care about this realm, why would you ever burn an ounce of gas ever again?
Man, yeah, it's going to be interesting, because this world is run by petroleum right now, and once people realize that we can run things off of water, they're going to be looking at who has been force feeding this petroleum based world to them, and I imagine they're going to be upset. And I can only think of the scriptures where it talks about these people running and wanting to hide under mountains and stuff. I think the people running are the people that have been promoting this whole petroleum hoax. When people realize how different their lives can immediately be soon as they switch to running off of water.
Yeah, this is going to change the world, and this is the most incredible thing that we could ever have. Like, people, the engines are going to run on water, and the emissions that they're going to expel is oxygen
And water.
and water, pure water, clean water. And if you can't understand that this is the greatest gift, so we start and end every day off with thanking our Heavenly Father, the creator of this realm, this reality that you call life. We know that the only way this is possible for us to be doing what we're doing is through His will. And we all want you to, ask the creator of this place to show you His plan for you, because we do every day. And without a doubt, I feel that Yahawashi energy is the way to get free energy to communities worldwide and get people living a lot better of a life. And this is completely attainable. We are going to do this. There is absolutely no doubt. It is the Garvey energy dream. We are doing the Garvey energy dream. Yes, but we're putting the creator's name, Yahawashi, because that's who we serve. We serve Yahawashi. And Jason, your mind, the concepts, the ideas you've come up with, all I know is we're going to end up having our bubbler built. We're going to have our small engine, and we're gonna broadcast all this. We'll probably live stream the first test. We love to do things like this with the community. Make sure you comment below. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I tried to turn the mic up. There was a bit of a sound problem. I don't know if I'm coming through clear, but subscribe, share this video. We need people to share this message as fast as possible. If you make your own HHO energy generator, we want to see how you did it. We're going to promote you. We don't,
yes.
We want to know the best way to do this, and it's open source. This is for the world. This is Yahawashi, who other of you call Yeshua HaMashiach. Some people call him Jesus. But our research has shown that the original language was always followed every consonant with an ah sound. So we know the creator's name was Yahweh, and his son, when he came and the word became flesh, was Yahawashi. So when you hear us say Yahawashi, we are talking about the God of the Bible, the Son who he indwelt as the flesh of body, the Word, and then he died for our sins too, and resurrected to prove to everyone that he was God. That is who we serve. Sorry, Jay, to cut you off, but I just really want to be as dogmatic about that as possible. That everything that we do is because of our Father in heaven, always.
That's who we give credit to. It's not like we created this technology. We're the ones that discovered this technology, but we very well might be the ones that put a number of pieces of the puzzle together and have the voice and the will and the drive to bring this all the way through to completion. I prayed intensely for a long time for a free energy solution, because I felt that this would be a means to which we could disconnect from this world and begin living the lives that many of us yearn for. And so here it is, the proof of concept. We've had some great comments. I love to hear from the chat, and they say, keep driving the points home. Like to sort of wrap it up here, but let's play the clips again. Make sure that people absolutely get the point that producing this HHO gas is extremely easy, and it doesn't take any construction or electronic or any of this type of like high-tech know-how, really. We'll go through the video again. The HHO generator that Dave had was a small little guy. Chances are it's probably $30 to $50 for something like this. where there's clear plastic tubing. His experiment didn't have the need for a flash arrestor, but if you're building one of these things, you're going to want to make sure you have a good flash arrestor. And then we're going to watch the video where all you do is you take that gas and you squirt it into the carburetor of a engine that we already have right now, and it runs. So all we have to do is figure out things like the metrics of how much do we want being sprayed in there and what the timing is, because keep in mind, this is an implosion, not an explosion. So I'm guessing the timing's probably whacked out by that. Maybe not. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you can show it again if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to cover?
Oh yeah, I guess again, a huge shout out to to Jam's End, to Theobald, Kevin McCormick.
Yeah.
His Garvey Energy project, he's had some really, really tough goes. Waking up in Jamaica. He doesn't hold back in his videos. You can also catch him at This Is Not Anonymous. I believe This Is Not Anonymous 1 and 2. But Jam's End, if you search Garvey Energy, HHO, he's got a bunch of things. But he's been out there just pounding it home. Water for fuel, like bring the heaven to earth, bring the paradise here. And me and Jason totally agree with you. We'd like to have him on sometime, but it's great that he's it's a battle. He's been all alone. He's been yelling. He's been way ahead of us by like 5, 10, who knows how many years. We'd have to ask him that, but he knew that the secret was Brown's gas to power the world, and at a certain frequency with the Kansius effect. But I can't speak on to what Theobald has taught the world, but it's super blessing. I know he likes the Haile Selassie, the last rightful vicar and ruler of Yahawashi here on earth, is someone that he follows. So yeah, huge shout out. I guess I can't shout out enough to Jamzad. And the community thing was also partial of his idea too. He wanted the energy to be taught at a community level, at a high school level, where communities start learning how to build their own power, powering their school, and then moving to their communities, their homes. We are actually thinking of making our own community where we're going to be a beacon, where we're going to read scriptures. We're going to be a powerful light to the world, where people can come and be safe and read scriptures and learn how to do tool and die. This is going to change the world. And I'm willing to put everything on it, my life included. And Jason, you've already come up with so many great ideas. You are just leading the way with this. I am super, super pumped right now. And I keep interrupting and talking so much, but free energy, powered on water. I could build a drag car and I could fill the tank up with water. People, that is amazing, right? I want the fastest mile-an-hour drag car on water. I'd love to have that title.
I know that this system here, the satanic system of things, has been withholding technology, information. They've been deceptive, and they've dumbed down a portion of the population. They often refer to us as Goyim, and we've behaved like that in the past, where we didn't ask questions, we didn't reach out, we didn't study, we didn't stand up for truth. But those days are over, and we are here for the truth, and we are blasting it out. And I pray everybody take this information and share it, because all that's going to happen is, if we crowdsource this, even if Ronnie and I don't have the expertise to bring this all the way through, which I'm confident that we can, but we want help. We want to get this happening quickly so that everybody can enjoy this as fast as possible. We'll be modeling this stuff. People that have CNC machines are just going to be able to take the prints, download the file, hit print, and it's going to lathe up the machine And, we want everybody to have this quickly.
Yes.
And the world will change.
Yeah, it's going to be like discovering an infinite amount of new land. This is limitless, people. This is limitless free power that the byproduct turns back into the stuff that you used to power it with. I don't know what else to say. The byproduct is water. It burns water to run. Like, this is a God gift sent thing.
Yeah.
You want to share the videos again?
I do. And I want people to get out there and just look at these thumbnails right now. Look at all this stuff that is running off of hydrogen. Is there any reason we are not doing this with everything right now? Making our own electricity, living off the grid. We're going to do it. So let's watch again.
Jason, families that live in the north in Canada, some of them pay up to $500 a month to heat their homes with the electricity bill, and this is going to revolutionize their lives. They're going to be able to give those hydro meters back. Thank you. We don't need your help anymore. And no more power lines, people. You know how big this is going to be. The earth is going to look so beautiful.
You can't have a Garden of Eden and have all those rotten power poles all over the place.
Hanging all the... No, gone. We need to get rid of those. All glory to Yahawashi. You're not screen sharing yet, brother. Yeah. You're not screen sharing.
Oh, I'm not?
Nope.
Why is it not screen sharing? It's supposed to be. Try again.
Now it is.
Okay. I'll rewind.
Excellent. Oh, I thought you were going to show Dave's first.
Oh, I should. Yep.
It's the first step. First, you get the bubbler.
So we'll pause that.
Right? Once you can get the bubbler, then you can learn how to regulate the flow of HHO, Brown's gas. Yeah, this is the regulation process. And
here it is. Thank you so much, Dave, for putting this out. This is this is what's sparked me on it.
Yeah, we can't run the machines on HHO without HHO.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be the first first experiment with HHO, just seeing if I can get bubbles to start coming out. Okay, so I got this little DeWalt battery here that I'm going to hook up, and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see automatically there it gets some good bubble action.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's producing, even with small amperage, little 18-volt DeWalt battery.
Hydrogen and oxygen.
I mean, this is a little HHO generator as well. It's small. And there you go. This is the bubbles, right? And those are gaseous bubbles. I'm going to try to collect a couple and see if they'll pop. Okay guys, I got this little soapy water here. I'm going to collect a few bubbles and then take this over here and light it. I got ear protection on, so we'll just see if this That was loud, huh?
Splash.
That's some pretty powerful gas. I have ear protection on, and that still rang through. My ears are still ringing with the headphones on. So, there you go, guys. Successful first test. Wow.
Yes. That is what I love to hear.
Great work. Excellent work. Keep it going,
And
people. So
so-
now, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're going to notice the bubbler captured. You go ahead. You explain it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you got the gas, he's got a machine that's going to make it that he can use as a torch that he can like cut or heat just about anything with. But he's just going to use it to fill up a balloon.
Hi, this is Pete again. May 31st, we're going to demonstrate running a 5-horsepower motor off of hydrogen gas. We are using our welding machine over here. Right now, we are running the...
So there's a link. You said welding machine, right? That's powered by water, but apparently there's a more updated version.
Oh, I think he said of his flash arrestor.
Okay. But yeah, you keep going with the video. I just wanted to ask about that.
Yeah, he said we are no longer using this old technology flashback arrestor. So they've doing a more modern, safer one, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably...
motor off of hydrogen gas. We are using our welding machine over here. Right now, we are running the run knob on it. We are running no acetone in here this time. We have distilled water taking the space of the chamber, and on this side we have distilled water and sodium hydroxide. This machine is going to give the gas to the balloon, and we're going to run the machine to power the balloon up with gas, and then we're going to run the motor off the gas. So now we're going to fill the balloon. We are running our flashback arrestor. We have a brake line here taped on the end of our flashback. We also have a shutoff valve that we can turn it on and off. So now I'm going to turn it on. We still have the same stuff, bronze wool, and we have rice on this end right here. So now we're going to pump up the balloon. As you can see, we're filling the balloon up right now. We also will be demonstrating running the machine, the engine off of the Kool-Aid mix, the 15 pipe that you can see on the table over there. We're going to fill that up with gas too, through this hose. Taking it out, and we're going to run the machine.
Such a simple experiment.
Opening the carburetor.
We have tape on one side of the inlet on the carb entrance. There's no gas in the carb. Go ahead, pull it. With nothing in it.
We're having it taped.
As you can see, we have the gas tank sitting over there. Pull it again. Okay. Now we're going to turn the gas on. Go ahead. Pull.
Right away.
Little backfire.
Well, watch this. When it stalls out here, he doesn't shut off the gas.
Hold again. We pull the tape off and do full open.
Still blowing.
Go.
That's half of it. Now it's fully open. That's turning.
How's the balloon? Almost
Off
out.
a little balloon. He could have
And
just
we're
made
on.
quite a bit of power right there.
On an
Quite a bit
engine
of
that
power.
hasn't been timed or anything for it.
No, he's just forcing it through the carburetor into the spark. It's like a manual override. And it, you know, look at how easy that was. It took him a couple of seconds to fill the balloon, and it ran for, well, you know, over a minute, right?
So that's a retrofit application, which lets me know that if we do our own design build, that we're going to be able to shave so much off of the engine that's going to be absolutely not necessary whatsoever. We can have just a block that has our you know, pistons, the fuel injector ports just drilled right into it, electronic ignition that, you know, we should be able to, with the computer, have the timing absolutely perfect on this thing. Everything metered.
Dynoed, right?
Yeah, and then the exhaust, we're gonna want to collect it in a way that we condensate it, collect that water, and then pump it back to the tank that it started out in.
It's like the DeLorean, right? Except instead of trash, we use water.
Yeah.
You know, the flux capacitor. You see here on the left of the tabs in the middle, far left, it says HHO dash off on your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you click that? It looks a little interesting.
The other thing
Thanks
that
everyone
I
for
would
joining
like,
us.
the other thing I'd like to mention is the was it the Bob Lazar?
Oh yeah, the Lie Lazar, Bob Liar.
Yeah, just as people start looking into this, I would just like to have them forewarned that there are people that acted like they were rolling out this HHO or Brown's gas technology in the past that were COINTEL, once again, that came in to set it up for failure, to make it look like it was too hard, it wasn't going to be effective, and it was all a bunch of made up BS.
Yeah, we had
Let's
a
see what this
comment
one's
from
got.
what will be fast if the outlet gas was hot or cool. You had mentioned something today about cool brazing or cool welding, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to be covering as we go through this, that the flame temperature depends on what the flame is on. So different metals, different materials, you get a different flame temperature.
Yeah. And you can run boats, motorcycles, chainsaws, or anything, right? Well, I don't know if we can make it small enough, but you probably could outfit a chainsaw with a small bubble air with where you fill it up with water, right? So let's check out the video, bro.
Okay. That looks simple. Just stick a hose in, right?
Yeah. Bubbler, anti-flashback.
How come people don't just use the flashback arresters. Ooh, look at that thing.
18-plate dry cell. That's what Dave has. Maybe it's 2 of them.
Yeah, his looks smaller than that one. No choke.
No start. Gotta turn the bubbler on. Wow. This is incredible.
Look at that thing bubble right away.
Oh yeah. As soon as he hit the power. Breaking live. Power the world on water. TEAMYAHAWASHI. Oh. Is it froze? The screen froze for me.
Oh, did it? It started too.
Oh, it's running. Whoa. That's running good, man. Sounded more dialed in than the last guys, right?
I'll reset it just a little bit.
Nothing's
Yeah,
changed for me.
you might have to.
Okay. I think I got it now. We're good.
Okay, I'll
Everybody,
play again.
free energy. Oh. There's your power for your house. Whoa. Wow. Woo.
How much oversupply he has.
Oh, he's got it.
Woo!
Water.
Run smoother.
I don't know if
That's
there's
it,
anything
everybody.
we can. I don't think we can say anything else.
Yeah, Set Apart Rider says, looks like I can run my boats and motorcycles this way. Too cool, man. Yeah, your boats, your motorcycles, your car, the electricity for your house. We can run bulldozers, airplanes, like ocean going vessels, anything that you can think of that we couldn't run off of this, Ronnie.
No, anything that has a piston.
Yeah, or uses an electric motor too. We could,
Or yep.
once we create the electricity, then we can do it that way.
This is just the beginning. This is just the first that we've broke into this with you, the people. We just know that we need to have as much people involved as possible.
Yep. Yeah, it's your responsibility now, everybody. If you want this, if you want to see the world change, it's going to be on you to get the word going, to share this video, this hangout with people, and let them know how important it is that we get everybody in the whole world understanding that, like what we just saw right there, we can run everything off of water. The petroleum hoax is over. Done. Kaput.
So,
You want to wrap it up, brother?
yeah, I couldn't add any more. I just hope that people get involved, people step up to the plate, and get involved with Team Yahawashi. We're just two guys, man, just trying to change the world, and we do totally believe with the creators' help we can, and we found the way to do it. So again, Jason, thank you. Make sure to tune in Sunday at 2 p.m. Central,
Yep.
and that's for a more scriptural based night.
For anybody that's interested in trying to help get this technology to market quickly in an open source way, but understands that, you know, we need investment capital and all that, please reach out to me. My email address is jasonlaufenberg@mac.com, and you know, I'm a really just straight person to talk to, and not looking, you know, this, I want this technology out there. I want us building this. I want to show people the running product right away so that we can get this going. I mean, we're already, was it 10 days into January? Let's make sure we've got this going in 2018, people. Thank you, everyone.